but like sometimes it's like, yeah, you got a little rattled. Like I bet everyone here has had a concussion, like a little one at least. You're okay. You're okay the next day as long as you're not knocked unconscious. I've been knocked unconscious and you're fucked up for the rest of the day.
I got
But
hit.
if you
I
just
got hit.
if you get wobbled a little, you're all right. You're all right. I've been wobbled boxing. It's like, ooh, that was a little weird. I can still drive a car. This guy got knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, this guy, like,
This guy's
usually even when somebody gets knocked out, it's like they're back with it in a few seconds. Like,
Yeah.
I have not seen somebody get ragdolled like that in forever, and
No.
it's the worst kind of like ragdolling because like this guy didn't see it at all. He'd already taken the hit and was like just getting back up for the next play, and then takes a fucking lower, ankle to the head from Corey Perry. That's, dude,
I got
like, oof, that's that could
knocked
be like
out
a
in
career-ending
hockey
thing.
once, and I have a gap in my memory. I remember the hit. I remember that my knee was injured. I blew my ACL in that play, and then the next memory is walking to the car, and like what a struggle it was. I used a hockey stick like as a crutch, kind of like I was. It really sucked. That was a bad day.
Yeah. I've been like flash knocked out boxing, like not where you wake up looking at the sky, but like where like you get hit and then you're sitting on your butt and you're looking at the other guy like, oh, there's a little bit of time there that didn't happen, huh?
Yeah, no, the whole thing
Wait,
about
why are we
changing
boxing?
into street clothes and stuff, like I lost that.
Did you ever get knocked out so bad you lost pieces of the game, James?
Lost 4 days of my life.
How'd that happen?
We have a winner.
Ding, ding, ding.
Who would have thought the
Scar
hockey
here.
guy?
I got a scar right here.
Mhm.
Yeah. I got hit I was playing defense. I come around the guy, kind of push him off the crease. And guy at the point was winding up with a slap shot. And I come right around him and I look up and it pinged me right in the forehead. All I remember is like all of a sudden everything just stopped. It froze. I heard a voice in my head. Hey man. I go, what's up? He goes, you just got hit by a puck. I go, no shit. Am I hurt? He goes, yeah. I go, what do I do? He goes, I fall down, roll around. All right. Now what do I do? No. This is a conversation in my head at this time, all right?
With no one.
With no
Just
one.
you.
In my head. These are two voices in my head. I'm talking to myself. I go, yes, now what do I do? He goes, okay, roll around. Okay, now what? Put your hand on your head and let him know you're hurt. I go, okay. And then next thing I know, I see the trainer. She's over. Oh, gee, they take my helmet off. They undo my helmet because I'm bleeding and everything. And I just remember lights. And then I remember Beth, my trainer. She comes over to where, to the room. And she goes, you all right? I go, yeah, is the game over? She goes, James, what day do you think it is? I go, well, it's Saturday. We're playing. He goes, it's Wednesday. you've been coming to practice, and that is in college. You've been taking classes and coming to practice, and it's like you just didn't show up for 2 days. When I say, okay, I go, Beth, it's Saturday. It's not Wednesday. I just don't remember anything about 4 days of my life. I just remember that very distinct conversation in my head. So I was talking to somebody in my head.
That's fascinating.
And I'm talking to you. It's a real and I saw the game film. It was like that. That whole moment from the time I got pinged to the time my phone was rolling around, it was like bing, bing. But in my head, it probably took 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's like a dream where you'll have a dream for 3 minutes and it feels like you watched a whole epic of a movie.
So what did you do
wild.
during the 4 days that were lost? You attended classes, you went to practice, and people didn't observe that you were weirdo during those.
Well, that's
4 days.
why, yeah, but that's kind of odd anyway. So it wasn't like it was acting out of character.
I can see that. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But
That's fascinating.
Wow, James
the part
goofball
about
bleeding out of his ears again in class.
the part where there's some sort of binary system in your brain where there are two of you to go back and forth is really fascinating to me. I wonder if there's some sort of like scientific explanation for that. Like that. That's really cool.
yeah,
I've done something
I've had that.
similar.
I've had that a couple times. I had that. I was climbing a mountain. I hit an ice patch going on. There's a Arapahoe Glacier up in Colorado, and I wasn't paying attention. I was coming on icy, and I started sliding down the side of the hill. And this is like 1,000-foot precipice, drop off. And I just like, oh shit, you're gonna die. I go, no, I don't want to die. He said, well, okay, what are you gonna do? I don't know. Grab that tree over there. and stuck my arm out, and I just hung off, kind of swung off the cliff, hanging onto this tree. And the same exact thing. There's everything slowed down to a crawl, and so there's like, hey, but you're in trouble here, dude. You better grab something. Come on, pull over here. Wait a minute, you're gonna die. Oh, shit, what do I do? All right, listen, don't grab that tree, right? That tree there, grab that tree. I reached out, and that was it. But it was a definite conversation I was having with somebody. It's like I'm having with you guys.
Thank God you had that guy in your head, or you would have died.
You guys have never had that?
The closest I've had to that is this weird thing. When I was 4, I fell out of a shopping cart, and I hit my head on, those things they hang products on, like at Walmart or whatever, those little metal things that stick out. Well, that hit my head and like split my scalp open, like I have a big long scar that goes across the top of my head. And so when I was under anesthesia, getting and also the edge of the shopping cart, how it's got like, it's kind of sharp. Like it's the edge of a shopping cart still has those spikes that come up a little bit. Those went between my gum and my lip and separated that to my nose. Oh. So like, I can go way up in there now because it goes all the way to my nose. I can touch the bottom of my nose when I stick my finger in there. So that happened.
I can't. I've never tried.
Yeah, they didn't know why I was spitting up blood until they looked. So they had to put me under general anesthetic, and I'm like 4 or 5 years old, and I had this vivid dream of being in a completely black existence, except for a spotlight shining down from above onto a black man who was in a bird cage. And the black man is in the bird cage telling me everything's going to be okay.
What media had you been consuming?
I had never seen any media remotely like
classic Disney film.
That is as close to
Man and the Bird Cage.
That is as close to a like religious experience as I've ever come. Like maybe it was Morgan Freeman. Maybe Morgan Freeman is God.
Yeah,
but I was in a completely black, not even a room. Just the existence was blackness, and there was one spotlight shining down from above onto this bird cage, an enormous man-sized bird cage, like Tweety Bird's bird cage from the cartoons. And there was a black man in it suspended from the floor, and I was looking up at him, and he was telling me everything was going to be okay. And that is bizarre for a 4 or 5. I was literally 4 or 5, like because I'm young enough that I'm not allowed to walk, in a store.
Yeah, that's bizarre. You would think you would have pictured your mom or dad or just someone in your life, not a random black man.
And the thing is, like I didn't know any black men as a 4-year-old. Like I didn't know any. You know how Hank Hill's dog, like they think it's racist. Like that was me. Like there just were no black men in my life. Like my dad didn't have any employees who were black. I'm only 4. How many people do I know anyway? And so like I didn't know any. So it was very bizarre to dream that or see that, I guess, whatever it was.
I've never had an experience like that, like hitting my head that hard that it like shook me in that way. Thankfully. Sounds awful. I know, concussions, once you get past a certain number, like you're just kind of fucked. Like
you know about Frankie Muniz?
Yeah, doesn't he like not remember huge amounts of filming for?
He doesn't remember any of Malcolm in the Middle.
Well, Frankie Muniz, you know what? He gets to watch that show like he wasn't in it. That's great.
Frankie Muniz, who played Malcolm in Malcolm in the Middle, a wonderful show by the way.
It's a good show.
Has sustained several severe concussions in his life. I didn't look into like how, like if he's like some sort of X Games fucking athlete or if he just had an abusive uncle. But in any case, he's been knocked in the head so many times, he doesn't remember the filming of that fucking show. That was like years. That show went on for at least 4 or 5 seasons. I liked it. It was a good show. When I was a kid, it was one of my favorite shows.
How old is he? Too young to have severe memory loss.
He looks like he's probably 30.
He's
35.
35.
Yeah.
Looks like your age, yeah.
Yeah.